मूलवासी कौन ने, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਲਚਰ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਘੱਟ ਲੋਕ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇਸੇ ਲਈ ਹੁਣ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦੇ ਪਾਠਕ੍ਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੂਲ ਵਾਸੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਕਹਾਣੀ, ਮੂਲ ਵਾਸੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਲਚਰ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ, ਅਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇੰਪਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਏਗੀ, ਪਾਠਕ੍ਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ। ਸੋ ਸਭ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਲਾਜ਼ਮੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਗ੍ਰੇਡ 10th ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, 10ਵੀਂ ਗ੍ਰੇਡ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ 2023 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਾਠਕ੍ਰਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਸਕਣਗੇ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗ੍ਰੇਡ 12 ਤੱਕ ਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਜਲਦੀ ਲਾਗੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਅਤੇ ਕਈ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਲਾਗੂ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਕਿਰਿਆ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ। BC ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਜਿਹਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਸੂਬਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਜੈਨੀਫਰ ਵਾਈਟਸਾਈਡ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਯਾ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਜੈਨੀਫਰ, introducing us stories of struggles of natives as a part of school syllabus. How did the idea come about?
Well, Sherry, this is an idea that's really been around for quite some time, and it's something that that the Ministry of Education, in conjunction with our partners in the K-12 education system, educators, and importantly, the First Nations Education Steering Committee, which is a representative group of First Nations in British Columbia that concerns itself with Indigenous education. This has been a recommendation for quite some time. We know that it was that having dedicated and required content, Indigenous focused content, was a recommendation, and that was a call to action under the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. And we've had a number of reports in British Columbia that have pointed to the need to improve and make more robust our understanding of our shared history in British Columbia. And so we're taking a step now to build on work that's already been done, to move towards making Indigenous focused content a requirement. Well, this has been developed in partnership with First Nations, with the First Nations Education Steering Committee, and really the response has been very, very positive. I can tell you that when I meet with kids, when I have a chance to talk with BC students about how they feel about our education system, what do they think they need to be learning that they're not learning, this is an area in which they identify a gap in knowledge. And so even though there are currently courses available and offered in school districts that focus on Indigenous content, through they focus on literature or through an Indigenous lens, or history through an Indigenous lens, we need to take the next step and ensure that we are equipping BC's students with the history, the perspectives, the understanding that they need in order to move into what is an increasingly diverse and complex world.
Yeah. Minister Jennifer, do you feel this step will heal the wounds of natives?
Well, I think that when we talk about reconciliation and what we mean by reconciliation, I always think of the words of Justice Murray Sinclair, who was the chair of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission 7 years ago now. And what he said was that education got us into this mess, and education can get us out. And so that's what we're doing. We're working to build on the foundation we already have, that will look at build a better understanding of our shared history in order to build a more positive shared future.
What will the government and education department will do if someone doesn't as it as a subject?
Well, our work will be to ensure that we are working with districts so that all districts are offering courses that will qualify for this credit. And indeed, many districts are already offering courses that would satisfy this requirement. We've also built in a provision so that districts can work with local First Nations to build their own courses that are specific to the particular region of the province that they may be in. We have over 200 First Nations across this province. We are so fortunate to have such an incredible and rich diversity of knowledges and perspectives and history to learn. So there will be many opportunities for students to get the courses they need.
Yeah. What all will be taught about the natives?
Well, there are a number of perspectives and different kinds of knowledge already taught. There is literature that there are literature courses, there are new media courses, there are history courses, there are sort of contemporary Indigenous studies courses, all that look at the history, the cultures, the perspectives, the oral traditions, of various First Nations. There are also language courses. We are increasing the number of different Indigenous language courses that are available in our school system, because we know how important it is to preserve and expand the teaching of Indigenous languages.
Maybe, Minister Jennifer, maybe delayed, but do you think it was necessary?
I think it's absolutely a necessity. It's something that has been called on for by educators, by parent groups, by administrators in our school system, and importantly by First Nations and by Indigenous people, as an important step in moving reconciliation forward. Our government is profoundly committed to reconciliation. We have passed the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People Act, which sets out a framework for all of this and other actions by government. So I think at this time in our history, at this time in our development as a society, if not now, when? This is the time to ensure that we are really understanding the impact of our shared history, so that we can build a more positive collaborative future.
ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵੇਖਣ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨ ਲਈ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ ਚੈਨਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਤੇ ਨੋਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਈ ਬੈਲ ਆਈਕਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਟਨ ਤੇ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਕਰੋ।